While a Michigan high school teacher did not make it all the way to the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions, he did, however, score a lot of points with his students. Last week, Josh Gregor, a high school Latin teacher at Sacred Heart Academy in Grand Rapids, Michigan, squared off with 20-time Jeopardy champion Cris Pannullo. Josh Gregor's Jeopardy ambitions ended with the first game, but the excitement in the halls of Sacred Heart Academy can still be heard today. And joining us tonight from Grand Rapids, Michigan, is Josh Gregor. Josh, great to have you on. We're so excited to talk to you. Tell us about this experience and how you landed yourself a spot on Jeopardy.
Thank you. Well, I grew up watching Jeopardy a lot with my mom. Well, both my parents, but especially my mom. And so they have the online test that you can take to be on there. And I had always liked trivia, so I decided why not. So I've actually been taking the online test every year since 2015, and I never heard back until this past year. And I got a text from the Jeopardy producers, and they invited me to be on. So of course I was really excited too.
Yeah, what was your first initial thought when you got the response?
Oh gosh. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was really excited. I wanted to tell people, but of course I wasn't allowed to then. I just told my wife, and then I told the headmaster here at the school to let him know why I'd need a sub for 4 days. But yeah, so yeah, it was exciting. I didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, it turned out to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it was thrilling. As we mentioned, you're a Latin teacher. I know you also have a master's in linguistics and you're even a former seminarian. Do you think that these accomplishments played into you being selected as a contestant?
Well, as far as whether that background's played into what they select, I don't think so, because you don't really give them any personal information beforehand. You take the test and then you have an online audition. It's like a Zoom call where you sort of play the game online so they can see how you would do on camera and stuff. But they didn't ask for a lot of background information beforehand. So I think it was more judging, do you know some trivia and can you do it on camera? So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you certainly have a great life story. I know, as you mentioned, you grew up watching the show, and 7 years ago you started taking those online quizzes to prepare. Is there anything else you did to gear up for the big day?
Well, once I did know that I was going on, so I felt pretty confident in most areas of trivia, but sort of modern pop culture, movies and pop music and stuff, that's definitely where I felt least confident. So I started reading a bunch of Wikipedia articles on, recent Oscars and recent Grammy Awards and stuff like that I just don't naturally spend a lot of time with. So, yeah, in the end, none of the questions that I had studied actually came up on Jeopardy, but I did definitely put some effort into trying to shore up the areas where I felt a little weaker. So yeah, other than that, not a lot as far as studying, but I also watched the show every night, and I had a little pen with a clicker to practice buzzing in for the questions. So yeah, it was fun. And then, of course, I had to prepare.
Well, that is so exciting. Really quickly, Josh, we're almost out of time, Josh. But okay. Quickly, I want to ask you before we let you go, what about your students? What did they think about your performance on Jeopardy and seeing you on TV?
They were really excited. So the show aired last Friday, so I came back on Monday, and they were all like, "Wow, Mr. Gregor, we saw you on Jeopardy. It was really great." And one of the students told me he had watched the episode 3 times, and a bunch of them asked if we could now play Jeopardy in class instead of studying what I had already planned for. But it was great. A lot of support from the families here, and a lot of the parents told me that they and their kids watched it. So it was a lot of fun to see.
I bet. And you know what, Josh, you're a winner in our book. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it, and God bless you.